Hi, Colin. I got out of school early since this is my birthday. Nice. Happy birthday, Georgia. Yo. I don't know, this angle's a little messed up. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm cool like that. Happy birthday, by the way. Congrats, another year. Another, I was gonna say nickel. Like, like that SpongeBob joke. But happy birthday. I hope you have a good, birthday today. Are you having like a little birthday party or get together? I hope you enjoy that. Or some cake or something. Oh, I'm sleepy. Ugh. I haven't been wanting to wake up lately. Like, I've been waking up like at 9:30, sometimes 10:30. And then I still want to sleep. It's not fun. I gotta try to force myself up. Hold on, let me brush my hair real quick. So now my hair is brushed. I can mess with it. Princess, I hope I said that correctly. I just got one of my presents and it was a Megumi Funko Pop. Nice, yes! I love that, that's awesome. Nice. Megumi. It's cute. I like that. I have a friend that actually collects those. He has like a whole bunch. Like I remember staring at the corner of his room and like in like a huge stack, like going up to the wall on the ceiling right there. He has them all stacked up right there. With like his favorite characters and whatnot. Sorry guys if I still seem a little runny. I just woke up. Don't blow my nose. Let's see. What's up, everyone? There we go. And so we started doing this one thing again where I'm trying to find this one game that I played when I was like little. And luckily there's this project on YouTube where they managed to find every single PlayStation 2 game that ever released and they dropped it in one video. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm just like scanning through it to see if I find that game that I played. You know, it's one of my core memories. And I have not been able to figure out what game that was. Seriously. You know, it just had these like, it was a dark game. And it had this like vibes, like, I don't know, like monsters vibes. But then it was also had like these like glow in the dark, like, you know, style where your character's lit up with, who knows, right? With like fire or something in darkness. And who knows? I really can't tell you what the game is about because I don't remember the plot. I just remember how the game looked. And so I hope I find it while scrolling through this project. Also, happy birthday to Georgia. If you guys want, say happy birthday to her. She is one of my mods in my chat if you guys scroll up. And it is her birthday today. Happy birthday to her. I'm so... Calling the chat is resting. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I hope we find it. But there's just like over 2,000, possibly even 4,000 games to go through. I don't think I'll find it right away. But yeah, it was just another like simple slash hack and slash style story game. They could have even been this one. I'm gonna have to look that up. Was it this game? Let's check if it was this one. Wow, why does it look like it was this game? Nah, it wasn't. It's missing some stuff. This is quite interesting. And these graphics are amazing. There we go. Perfect. Oh, that's really good. I don't think it's this game. Was it? It almost does seem like it was this game. Hmm. It just looks so familiar. It could be this one. I just don't remember this storyline at all, bro. But something about it is hitting a similar note with what I'm looking for. I just feel like maybe the game I was looking for was a little more advanced than this. But it has the right color style and the same of what I'm looking for, but this might not be the right game. Yo, what's up, everyone? Let's see. The chapters. I'm starting to think it was this game. It really does have a similar style, but it's just not how I'm remembering it. Yeah, I don't think this was the game. It's close, though. I'll definitely keep this one in mind. I feel like that was the closest we've gotten to finding out which game it was. Alright, I'm gonna keep scanning through the games. what we find. We'll also roll one up real quick, guys. I think I'm gonna roll a full blunt today. Wow. It's quite innovative. Look at that. For its time is insane. Mhm. None of these. Oh, this game looks really well optimized. Not that one. Ah, that was a good game. I remember that one. Cool. Alright, we'll take a break from right here, and then I'm ready to start the TTV stream for a little bit. I remember this one too. Wow. This is like before GTA. Or GTA 3 to be specific. Oh, wait. Wow, dude. That's so classic. Man, this takes me back, bro. Wow, I had no idea there was Ben 10 games for the PS2. There's so many games I didn't know about. Wow. Some of these graphics still hold up. Like, I could see some of these graphics still holding up to this day. Blade? That was classic. Nice. Let me just pick it up for the rest of the day. And here we go. Huh. Alright. There we go. Now that the chat's back to normal. Usually people that talk like that advocate for that kind of stuff. I don't know. I can't speak for people. I don't abuse my free speech. I think that guy seemed really obsessed with that kind of stuff. Yeah, guys, I don't joke around like that. Yo, what's up, everyone? Also, thanks to that guy. I mean, the fact he was commenting and you know, all of that for like a good maybe 20-30 minutes. Yeah, he made me a lot of money. I think I played these before. These were so classic. Yeah, if I don't find any other game, that has to be the game. I just don't remember it that well. All right. I'm gonna go diss the Skywatch. Hold on. I gotta edit this. Got him. We'll wait till he comes back later. Okay, I genuinely need a break from this. I know I said I was gonna take a break from it earlier, and I just kept on going. And now I actually need to take a break. It's quite draining. I think we've gone through like at least 150 games, and only one of them was probably close. I did want to mention, guys, we did download Skate 4, and so I'm going to be playing that later on the exclusive. I'm going to be customizing my character, trying to make it look like me. I'm just going to go basic. I'm going to wear like anything that's close to like black Dickies pants and like a black t-shirt, and that's it. Or like any other colored t-shirt, and then with like some, who knows what type of skate shoes would I rock. It's kind of a tough one, man. I have a lot of favorite skate shoes that I would wear, and we'll see what they end up having right there. And I'll probably wear something like Vans Pro or Adidas Pro skateboarding shoes. You guys know how I rock. Yeah, that was one of my favorite shoes too. I think I remember I had like a lot of Adidas skateboarding shoes before they came out with the match courts. My favorite ones were like the Mark Suchu ADV. The Buzenits were always classic, and then what were the other ones I had? I forgot. Let's see. I honestly forgot what the name of the shoe was called. Oh yeah, and the Addy Ease. Yo, those were classic, bro. Addy Ease is classic. Skate shoe. And I had the ADV Boost, El Dorado ADV Boost. Those were classic. But the ones I'm really talking about are... Dang, where did they go? The Puig. Lucas Puig. Lucas Premier ADV. Yes. So if you guys look those up, I used to wear those Adidas skateboarding ADV Lucas Premier, and I used to wear those in blue, the original blue that they came out in with white. So blue stripes, white shoe, and it was like half leather shoe. It was pretty much a leather shoe, but it skated super well. I'm gonna diss this guy again, watch. Nice. Alright, so now that that's all set up, guys, the date is all set up. Actually, oops, I put yesterday's date. Today's the 24th. And now let's fire it up. So I'm gonna do Need for Speed. And then I'm gonna play a little bit of Dead by Daylight and we'll switch over to an exclusive. Should I do that one thing where I did it last time where I switch over from the mobile stream to the exclusive inside the same stream? Should I do that? I like it. I like doing that, but the last time I did it, it limited my entire stream to like 30 FPS. And so I was going like ham and everything, and it was capped at 30 FPS. So you guys didn't get the full smooth experience. It's the best. I was thinking of rolling one up, but I think I'm just gonna hit a bowl today, guys, for right now. I've been doing this little thing where I've been mixing my bowls with it's a bit of a hybrid bowl, right? And so the two strains that I have right now, we have Purple Punch, and the other one is Jet Fuel OG. So you know they're both kind of sit on opposite sides of the spectrum. Purple Punch is a heavy indica, and Jet Fuel OG is usually a very strong sativa. And so I've been doing that, and I've been you know, crossing the bowls together. And I call this one like Purple Fuel or something, or like hydrazine. You know what I mean? Because when these two different flowers combine, and when I take a rip out of them, it just gives me a crazy hit. It literally turns it into hybrid. Because hybrids are a mixture of both indica and sativas. And so that hit is crazy. I'm about to take one of those right now. It really just takes me up. In a good way, in a good way. I also want to mention that I don't condone any of that. You know, I condone safety, guys, so don't do things you guys shouldn't be doing. And if you are, well, just be safe. Make smart decisions, everyone. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't understand. Like I was saying, whatever he was saying, he wouldn't understand the stuff we've done on this channel, the progress we've made up until now. I mean, man. Coco. You know, how can you diss me and Coco like that? That's it. Now I'm ticked off. I'm gonna give it my best shot today, everyone. That's it. I've had enough of the disrespect. Here we go. Anyway, we pretty much own these guys. Usually the people that are coming by and doing all of this stuff, Georgia, are the ones that are just like mad that I've beaten them before or something like that. You know, it's crazy. Like I said, I've been going out on the road and, you know, I still run into the same people that I've already beaten before. And, you know, there's some of them are still butthurt. Some of them want rematches and all of this and that. But it's just like, you know, I'm on to other things, guys. I have things I need to get done. Yeah. Nice. And I got one enough for one more. We'll save that for later. Alright. Ah. Oh, wait, no, I fixed that last time. That's right. And we're back. I've adjusted the stream settings so the quality remains the same while using less resources. And I think that's one of the things I've been doing, because this thing has been like firing up like crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Over the last few streams, it has definitely been giving me a bit of a temp increase around like it's small. It's like 1 to 2 Celsius, but it makes a big difference, you know. And so now that we have readjusted, we're seeing different temps, actually lower temps from like around 3 to 4 Celsius difference. So instead of it being 2 to 3 higher, it's actually 3 to 4 lower. So I like that. And as far as the quality, it's still just as sharp and as clear. And if I need to give it more bitrate, I still can. I have a pretty good margin of bitrate I can give it still. And it looks clear, it looks crispy. So let's continue with those drift runs, man. It's not easy. It is not easy. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I did a Coco repost if you guys saw it. He's a good boy. You guys know how much I miss him. He's right here still, by the way. He's right next to me. I'll bring him right here so he can sit with us. He's right here, literally right in front of you guys. Oh. Right, I always disconnect the controller now. I should leave it plugged in. Let's go, guys. Check it out. Real Microsoft. Sorry to flex on you, scrubs. Modified it right here so it's more stable and rigid, not like the original design. We masked it right here because we had been definitely drifting a lot and our grooves were starting to disappear, so I don't want those to disappear. We masked it. And overall it provides a slight bit more slip. So I don't know how to explain that. Sometimes my fingers do get stuck and sometimes they slip naturally, but it does give you a bit more of a slip feel, and I feel like that kind of helps when you're, you know, when you're trying to get in the mind of, you know, drifting. And so yeah, it definitely does make it feel a little bit more slidey. window. Alright, I'm about fully awake now. Let's lock in. I feel like I forgot something. To smile? Yes. Alright guys, let's get on. Let's have a good stream. Let's lock back in. Alright. And then I'm gonna play with the puppies for a bit. Oh, such a good drift. Oh, he pushed me to the outside. Oh, these guys are good. Oh! Dang it, I spun out. Spun it a little too hard. Yeah, that deserves a restart. That's okay. Nice. Oh crap. Let's try it again. This is too tough. was figuring out some new drift spots right there, and I was getting pretty aggressive. Liked it. Ah, my points. Nice. Ah. Again, I didn't mean to bump the rail. Costing me all my points. Gotta be careful. Gotta stay ahead too. Bro, how? How does it stop me like that, dude? Like every time I bump a rail. It's messed up, dude. I'm getting pushed into it. Stop it. I'm gonna just crash these guys so they get out. Hey. Wow, what a cheap shot. Ah, I clipped the road somewhere right there and I was in 5th, bro. So annoying. That was in 4th. Ah, see, I see how some of them end up crashing right there. Okay, I'm starting to figure it out though. I could probably get 200k points before even we get through the first 3 turns. Maybe that's what you gotta do it in thirds. Divide the course into 3 sections. No, I spun out. I went the wrong way. I'm gonna check the TTV. See how it's holding up. Georgia, if you're there or anyone, could you guys check the TTV for me? I just need a sound check. Chloe, where are you? Oh, no. I thought I heard Chloe. Come back in, come back in. I'm sorry. Come on. Bring me a toy. Bring me a toy. Go. Get it. Okay, sorry. Come on. Oh. Sorry. Is the sound working? Yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Oh my gosh, who's pushing me? That was weird. Did you guys see how my car was getting pushed? But no one was pushing. You literally hear something ram into me and then there's no cars right driving next to me. It's crazy. I get hit by like an imaginary force. Wow, dude, like how does that happen, bro? Like I'm confused, bro. If he just bumps me and moves to the side, that's cool, but he's just like driving me into the wall. Why would he, what? I think the robots are programmed to do that. You guys have seen it time and time again where the robots in this game deliberately sabotage you. Like, see how I got pushed into that even though I had plenty of space to clear with like all those cars, but those cars just rammed me and pushed me. Dude, do not push me, bro. Why do they do that? You guys are so phony, bro, because you guys can't drift, you phonies. You guys are just fake gaining points, you robots. And so you have to push me. Look, why? What the heck? You're just trying to prevent me from getting in the front. Dude, that's insanity. Got him. Get past. Now I got the lead. And I'm not holding back anymore. Man. What I don't like is the bots treat it like it's a time attack, bro. And they're not even drifting too, and then they're just gaining points. I hate the robots in this game, bro. It's so fake. And I'm the only one that's drifting. Like, And then I have to like do all this crazy stuff just to get ahead of them. Ah, didn't wait shift right there. You guys saw that? It just like, it's like I turn the wheel to the right, and then the car starts going, and then I hit the e-brake, and then all of a sudden it just like, it only feels like one side of the tires like kind of locked up. I guess that's how it feels. You know, like it literally just went. The car like, bro, how? That doesn't make sense, bro. I'm hitting the e-brake, and the car is going to the right. So generally, slipping the tires should make the car go to the left. Like I just did right there. And then these guys are pushing me from the inside line. From the inside line, these bots are programmed to not be able to go that close to the wall. They follow a basic line behind each other. And as soon as I like, bro, I'm telling you, and he's ramming me on the inside, bro, and he's not even drifting. Intentional sabotage. It's no good. All that little unreal stuff that happens, you just can't let it get to you. You know, it's a really good Need for Speed game, but it's still it's a good thing it plays, you know, how it plays like an arcade. Like, you know, you can retry as much as you want, restart it, try again. Dude, you're such a dummy, bro. Like, and how does he still manage to drift that? I'm telling you, like, he literally cut me from letting me pass him, bro. Like, dude, I had the pass on you. And you just pit me, bro. You Shingo. And not only that, he proceeds to crash me into the wall while my car hits 0 miles per hour. His car continues to drift on its line, bro, even though he's the one that got pitted from me. He crashed me, but he still got pitted. Just gotta stay calm. Gain my lead. I can do it. I just messed up right there. You guys saw it? I had a good line going, and then I messed up a little bit right there. Oh crap. Ah, bugged out. And then I got pushed. Guys. Gotta watch out right there. Nice. I'm definitely starting to feel more comfortable again. Man, this map is such a hard, or not this map, this section is so hard to get used to. It really is. Alright. Oh, come on. Where was the weight shift right there? Why was he doing that? Freaking crab walking like crazy. It's literally my least favorite glitch. Is when a crab walks like that. I've never seen a car crab walk like that in my life. On a drift. Alright, I'm done after this one, that's for sure. I gotta do it after this one. I gotta take off. I gotta stop playing after this one. The car's not angling correctly at all. You can see it. I'm like turning all the way and you know, slamming the brake and nothing. It's driving like a grip car. And it has no traction, so it should really be sending itself sideways. But once again, I did it again. It's just not being responsive at all. Maybe it's the game. It's kind of, maybe the server's like glitching out or something. Because the physics are like, they're not keeping up. The physics can't keep up for some reason. Bro. It's quite powerful. Oh, wow. Let's go. We set a new record. I'm getting better at it, I'm telling you. I'm starting to feel it. You gotta be more smooth. And I noticed that they do try to intentionally pay you, but you just gotta let them mess up, man. You gotta let them mess up. I'm like, haha, bro, get timed out, get timed out. Okay. No, I'm good like that, guys. Let's do the next one. It's time for Dope the Dealer. go, guys. 3G. They ain't got it like that. It's cool. We all know they ain't got it like that. They're just not like that. No, smooth. Tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. Whoa. Yo, thank you guys so much for Milton Drive is taking off, man. I used a couple songs. 3 Days Grace. I'm not sure if you guys know that band. It's a pretty good band. Not pretty good, it is a good band. Top of that, we also dropped Wilson Race, and pretty much all that's left is what is it, Milton Drive? Right? That's the final stage usually. It's Milton Drive, then Springstone. No, not Milton Drive. Howard Fields, excuse me. Howard Fields, then Springstone. Then after that, finally, is when we'll hit Cami Road. And wow, we just got a lot of highlights. I'll put them all in the playlist, the correct playlist. So when you guys go look for them, just go check out that playlist. Lots of good stuff. Getting better. Just gotta keep going. Oh, you know what? This would be a perfect chance to tell. How come I never put it in my posts? Like, where's season 4 for Cali Bus Driver? Oh, you know what? I haven't posted it yet, but I have some new ones. I actually have a funny one to tell you guys. You know, someone was coming in the comment section the other day, right? And I'm guessing they've just heard the stories, you know, they seen all my videos, and, you know, we're studying it. And so, you know, this guy was commenting, you know, Infinity Q50, you know, I'm not sure what else he said, but, you know, then, you know, I'm pretty sure this guy was issuing a challenge or something like that. I was like, oh, okay. Because, you know, he was just telling me what kind of car he had. And so, you know, I think somewhere around that, it was either that same night or like maybe a day or two after, I can't remember. But, you know, I think I was done helping the community, And I was on my way home. Actually ended up running into this guy in his Infiniti Q50 or whatever. And yeah, you know, he saw me, he was parked up waiting, and you know, I go past, and he sees me go past, he starts trying to get behind. And so, you know, we're behind for a little while, going on the uphill, on the forward section. And I lost him at the first turn, pretty much. And I saw him kept trying to keep up. And I just kept like slowly pulling away each time. Until we finally we got to like the residential, and I just left him in the dust pretty much from right there. Waited for him at that, I waited for him at the bottom, pretty much towards the bottom, where I tell you guys that I always wait, because it's a full intersection where it comes from all four sides, and then I wait for him there, and you know, he tries to follow me on the downhill. I'm guessing this is where he thought he would catch me, because he started, you know, giving it a little bit more. You know, he was keeping up, and then he loses ground, and I'm just like, you know what? This guy is just like, I don't know, man. He's trying to chase me, but he just couldn't do it, man. It's not there, you know. You know, I pull over, stop to see what kind of car it was. Same car that I was telling you guys about. Don't know if it was the same person, but yeah, that's part of season 4, guys. Infiniti Q50 being taken down on the forward section. Yeah. And it was pretty fun, you know? And I think it was probably that one guy that was issuing his challenge to me. And, you know, I just pretty much dusted him. But I was only giving it like a good, probably like, I don't know, 10%, 15% at most. It's just because he made it pretty easy. Or he made it easy to know what he'll do. He's predictable. So I was studying all his movements from watching him from the front, seeing how he'll keep up. If it was the other way around, the same thing would have happened. Definitely would have passed him, and I know where I would have passed him to. Anyways, that was one of the GGs that we had that recently. Is there another one? There's a couple, but none that are really worth mentioning. Just another, just a more older generation Civics, newer generation Toyotas. I think recently, there's this one guy that just hit this crazy cheap shot on me, and it was in one of them Dodge Dakotas, it's those pickup trucks, right? And I'm like, bro, what's this guy's deal? You know, I'm like, this guy's just you know, asking for it. And so he speeds off on me, and you know, we hit a bridge, and it becomes uphill, and I'm like, all right, this is my chance to climb. You know, this guy hit his limit. I'm gonna climb on him. So I'm like, you know, and we're up the hill. I'm catching up to him. He starts seeing that. He starts trying to pull away, and I use the hill to my advantage. You know, I'm in a better gear, already coming down the hill, and boom, I'm gaining on him right before we get to the bottom. Boom, you know, we're side by side, and by the time we pass the bridge, one little move, boom, my car just zooms past him, and then I just like let off and just keep him at pace. And then, you know, I hop in front of him, and you know, I start guarding, right? And then the light, luckily, like the light was green and it turned red, so I opened up the space for him, and I said, all right, let's go side by side. I let off, and you know, we're side by side, right? And we start going for the stop. I'm like, all right, this is a full braking contest now at this point, you know? I passed him already, you know, he pulled a cheap shot, and you know, I got him back for it. And then boom, it turned into a full-on braking contest. And we were going, and you know, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this guy like 50%, see how he does. And by the time I thought about it, he already hit the brakes. I was like, oh, never mind, I don't need to go 50%. I just brake right after he does, and then I just like follow him pretty much at that point. And I'm watching him, you know, I'm literally staring him dead in the eyes as the cars come into a perfect stop right before the line, and I watch his car dead stop because he panic braked. You know what I mean? Slam my victory on him. Peace. Just how it goes, guys. It's just how it goes. And you know, oh, and I have another one for you guys too. So this one, how do I say it? I was just coming home. Like I love running the course around here, and like I'm not sure. I guess this guy just was like trying to see if he could go corner to corner with me, like see how he compared, right? And it pretty much just started like I couldn't remember what car it was. It was definitely a Mazda, but it was one of those like sedan ones, or, you know what I mean? Still one of the newer generations. It's just the 4-door, not the 2-door. And you know, he started trying to go corner to corner, and I'm like, boom, boom. The first one, you know, I'm like, nah, he's no match. You know, and I'm like, all right, let's go again. And so we go at it again, and there's one more turn, and all he has to do is just stay behind me. But he couldn't do it. He couldn't pull off the same move. You know, you see him, and he hesitates, and he comes at it a little too early. And specifically since his car being lower, you know, he definitely took a little bit more of a hit in comparison to what I did. And then right after, as soon as I saw his car take that hit, because that's a complete loss of time, by the way, coming into the turn, because there's speed bumps and intersections, all you have to do is stay behind someone. Like I said, this reminds me of the other time that I told you, you know, when people, you know, are behind me, they always seem to have this much or more of a distance gap, like at least more than 2 feet or more, or like 2 meters. And then, but for me, I could literally go through the speed bump at the same time they're going right behind them, like that. Not from a car behind, not trailing, not losing any speed, you know. And that's the difference right there. It says a lot, you know, because if it was me behind him, I would have been able to stay behind him the whole time, bumper to bumper. and I would have been able to go for a clean pass. And so I signaled my victory right there again because he lost twice on 2 turns, right? We're coming up, it's just pretty much test of the basics right there. And if he couldn't get through those basic turns, you know, like at the same speed that I was, then it's just, we're just not on the same level, bro. I signaled my victory, and this person noticed. They were like, dang, bro, I was trying to put my test, I was challenging myself, and they kind of took the L, but it's cool, we all take L's. I take L's on the daily, guys. Not really, but I'm just kidding. I do though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not about winning. Like I said, guys, I don't go out there challenging people. Except that one time when it was that Infinity. Like I said, I signaled him because I was like, oh, it's this guy that was waiting for me. I said he's gonna tag me. He's gonna flag me down. I'm like, all right, this is where we start. I blink 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then go. That was their chance, but they didn't take it, so it's a loss on them. Like I said. Oh, and the final one I have to tell you guys is, I think this one was either in the middle of the night, or actually it was like in the middle of the day. Now that I remember it, I was coming home from helping the community, and this one is in a bit more of a flat section, but it's a winding road. So it kind of goes a wide left into a wide right, like that. All right? And like, it's not like the fastest road, because there's a light at the end of the bends, and so you have to stop. And pretty much, I think I was literally coming home. I was just enjoying myself, and I hit some good lines because I was just kind of enjoying myself. And usually when people see me do that, they kind of get a rise. I don't know, maybe they get like triggered or something. They feel like they got to be better than me. And usually when cars see me do stuff like that, they speed, like they literally will floor it right by me, like fly by, for no apparent reason. And I'm just like, oh, like, if I was gonna go for a pass on someone like that, I would do it like, safely. Like, I'd like, bring up the speed like a normal person, and then signal my blinker for like a good 5 seconds or more before I make my turn, and make sure to check my blind spots. And so so yeah, sometimes that happens. Cars get riled up, it doesn't matter what car they're in too. Like I said, I remember I told you guys a story where a literal FedEx truck, like one of them old FedEx trucks from like the 2000s, was trying to like put pressure on me on coming, through like a canyon pass. And like, you could tell this guy was like just trying to do that, I'm like, bro, this guy's working and stuff. Like, I'm already going like almost 10 over, and this guy's just trying to like either run me off the road or, just be weird, because he was just trying to like tailgate at this point. You see, like, there's a good distance between me and some other cars, and the other cars that are behind him. And he's trying to stick to my bumper, so I'm almost going like a little bit, like maybe 5 over, not 10 over, but 5. And I'm like, all right, man, this guy really wants to go at it in his dang FedEx truck. Remember, I told you guys this one. And I just lost him on the first turn, bro, because he literally almost like crashed it, bro. He had to slow down so much, and literally like not crash his car, bro, because if he would have whipped it the way I did, he definitely would have hit some crazy understeer and tipped over, bro. And I just lost him, and I was like, bro, this guy's so dumb. I signaled my victory and flipped him off, because I was like, you're an idiot. You're over here working, bro. Like, driving like an idiot. I should report you. You know, now they'll do it to themselves. But pretty much it was a similar situation like that. You know, you have one of these, like, it was like a Ford van, but it was pretty much base. But it was one of the taller ones, the ones that almost go 2 stories. It was one of the taller ones, and it was one of those Ford vans, and this guy just like comes, like, not zooming by. He doesn't zoom by, but he does kind of go for like an aggressive. Uh, not It wasn't that aggressive though. He went for the overtake, but I didn't know he was gonna do it, and I didn't mind it, honestly. I was like, oh, this guy's going for a pass. It's cool. And what I really liked about it was that car was so tall that, like, mind you, this while he was going in the middle of that overtake, oh crap, can't use my mouse. Okay, and like pretend this is his, and while he's going for that overtake, I literally see his car tipping over to the side just a little bit, and I literally see his back tire, his back right tire pick up off the ground just a slight bit, but he corrects it and it comes back down, and then he steps on it a little bit. And I'm like, wow, that was impressive. Even though I didn't try to like chase him down or anything after that. I was just, like I said, I was driving normally. I hit my line and I enjoyed it. I was gonna stay at the speed limit because I was just going home. And so, this guy was going like 50, 55, right? In like a, what was it? It was like a 40 zone, a 35 zone, right? And and so yeah, but that was the craziest. That was pretty impressive though. I'm not gonna lie. And even though it was crazy, I could have gotten mad about that, but I kind of enjoyed that because I was kind of that was risky. I was like, man, this guy's driving like he's whipping the. If you guys have seen recently, there was like a video of like a Ford van that they tuned up, and like it's super fast. It was setting some lap times in a Ford van. You know what I mean? One of those, but not like the super tall ones. But this guy was. I was like, man, this guy probably driving like thinking he's driving one of those Ford racing um vehicles. But anyways, not to joke like that or to joke on him. I'm just saying. That's what happened. It was pretty crazy, and it was funny because literally right behind that there was like it was a Grand Cherokee. It was like a Trail Hawk or whatever. It wasn't like the Track Hawk or anything. It wasn't a Durango, but it was one of the newer Jeeps that were like the really big ones. And he was trying to chase down the van, which was really funny. And the light, the van caught the light, but the Jeep didn't. And I think at the same time the Jeep was trying to also, like, how do I say it? Because they both overtook me, except the Jeep did it like so much more like aggressively and out of control. Like he just kind of went "Vroom," and was kind of like squirreling around a little bit, trying to get around. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna keep my cool. And the light turned red, and he didn't take the light. So I'm just like, staring at his car, and I'm like, man, should I take the braking contest right here? Because this guy kind of like, if I could pass him, but I'm like, nah. I'm looking down at his car, and his tire is over the line. His tire is over the white line. Um, his body is sticking out over the white line. I just said, nah, man. This guy didn't even beat the Ford van that almost tipped over in the overtake. So this guy's not even worth my time. I could have chased down the guy in the Ford van, but what's the point, man? It's a Ford van, like the super tall ones, man. It's not a fair battle like that. No matter how you put it, it was fun. It's a fun battle, but in an all-out contest, I just know, and I think they know that too. But I think his intention was to really just kind of, show me what he had, and synergize, like something we both could share, and appreciate, because he saw me turn cool. So So he had to show me that he could turn cool, and I was like, oh, nice, bro. And so that's kind of leading to what season 4 is about. I feel like over the last maybe month or two, it's been really just like, how do I say it? It's been like so straightforward. And I'm not sure, maybe I just been doing it so much, like part of me was starting to forget. You know, like what the point of driving was, and like I felt like I was losing myself maybe. You know, and how I felt about driving, because I was starting to notice that I just drive so aggressively sometimes now. And I just but I also remember that sometimes I'm just a little too calm as well. And it was kind of weird, you know. I had moments where it felt like I just didn't know how, like me and the car were not in sync anymore, you know. And it started to feel like the car was, you know, it almost lost what it had. You know, the way the car sounds and feels, you know, has a specific sound to it and soul. And I just felt like it was going away slowly. And I felt like I almost lost it, so. And so yeah, I came to that revelation, I think just yesterday. And I wanted to continue to write. I wanted to tell you guys that story. And so that's what kind of reminded me, everything's been kind of like stressful too. We've been doing all these time attacks, and the last few ones that I did were, for example, at Parking Lot B, where I set the record time to beat the A86 and the GT86, like that, I did not need to do that, I could have just set like a first time run and just kept going off of that. But, like I said, I pushed myself to the point where I was just ignoring almost everything that I was doing, that I've learned, that I taught myself. So it was just kind of going all over the place. And once again, I was getting caught up, I'd be doing races that take me way too long to beat. So yeah, I guess maybe all it took was just for me to think about it differently a little bit. I was going for a drive, and I was just trying to get back what I felt like I was losing. So in reality, that's what I'm saying. I always take a loss, because it's always like a race against myself sometimes. And when it's really not supposed to be. And so yeah, we've kind of come like full circle almost to where how do I say it? We finished most of the shows that we started already, and we're just rewatching a bunch of the. Oh, there's a new season, Sinister Grace, Dead by Daylight. And so those are some of the cars we beat, right? We beat like some older generation Civics, newer generation like Corollas. Like I said, we had the showdown with that Infiniti Q50 that was commenting on the channel. And then yeah, pretty much that story with the whole Ford van, which was pretty funny. I'll definitely write that in. Like I love that, bro. It's kind of crazy because they were kind of like behind each other, but like I said, the van had the lead. He lifts the rear tire just a little bit and then brings it back down in such a cool way. Like you knew he knew how to weight shift. He was probably like, I was impressed by that. And then yeah, pretty much the whole story of just kind of it's kind of like a rebirth, I guess. But I think I'll find a better word for it. No, I just kind of want to keep going. And yeah, I have more, guys. I want to make another thumbnail. Ooh, what is this new intro? It says listen and hear a tale of sorrow. They say she was a songstress, driven by her pursuit of greatness. Is that a Sharingan? An offer was made, but the gift was a curse. Oh my gosh. Ah! That's messing me up, man. Cross? They say you can still hear her singing in the night. Is that Yui Kimura? Can you hear it? Ah! Nice. That was pretty good. I like that. Yo, what's up, everyone? Oh no, her name's V. Nice, I like the character model. Wow. Yes. Yes, V is easily top 5. Easily. Can we all agree on in Dead by Daylight, V is easily top 5? I wonder what her abilities are. Yay, somebody actually got banned. I told you guys. Be messing around. Nice. So it kind of, yeah, it kind of has been like that. And you know, I've been watching like a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff has kind of been hitting on that similar note. You know, and a part of me just like has to really let go of like everything I once knew, you know? And it's like starting over again, pretty much. And so the only way I can ever surpass these new scores now is I have to learn learn myself from a completely new perspective. No, the crossway. No, this is the new character, guys. I'm scared. Genuinely. Crap, in this map too, it's so dark. Okay, these guys are walking together. They're so screwed. Come on. Oh, that's her? She looks like a survivor. Crap, I can't tell if she can see me or not. It must be underground. she's tunneling. Crap, I can't see crap. So keep her busy. I gotta get in here. What? Oh. The mushrooms. Yes. Come on. Ah! Okay. Put me down. Ah. Ah. Yes. Oh! Wow. That was so insane, bro. I had no idea what was going on. That's so scary. Bro. Good game. Jeez. That was really fun. So the cross, or whatever you like, crossway, that one's pretty good. It has a couple little flaws. It suffers from the nemesis effect where it has that whipping thing where it locks it into a certain direction, and then they can't move for like a good frame or two. But that's okay, it's fine. I like it because it allows you to kind of just move around more, but at the same time, I'm not sure how the killers feel. You know, they probably get a little more frustrated. You have to be more precise. It's phenomenal. True. I finally came up with a new theory. Maybe this is the breakthrough I was waiting for. I feel like I just had another breakthrough. Oh, dude, I forgot to reset the game. Hey. This is the basement? Flip. Bo, what's up? Crap, I don't know how to get there. Oh. Nice. Let's go. on the same route. Come on, I'm keeping him distracted. They're not even working the gens. They should be working the gens. Yeah. I think they're working with the killer. And you saw how you looked at me when I said that? Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely gonna get reported for that. Come on. Oh, so close. That's definitely worth a report. Well, I needed to restart the game anyways. I'll restart it one more time. What should this new thumbnail be? Should stop. I'll play one last one. I think I'm gonna hop off after this. Just gonna enjoy part of my day. I have some things I need to do, and then I think later on I'm gonna work on the thumbnail. I do have some more ideas. Like I'm gonna use some current images. Like for example, the new season in Dead by Daylight and Fortnite. Probably add a couple classic games and I'm gonna have one more rip of the honey hive. It's just that good. I don't want to finish it though. I'm gonna hold off and just wait till the end of this round. After that start. one more. Oh, it's not so bad. It's right here, that's all. GG. Everybody's still in? Uh-oh. Oh. Nice. The coldest. GG's. Alright, yeah, let's hit a bowl now. We own them. Alright, I think that should do it for now. That was fun. Um, exclusive later. I'm gonna be continuing Resident Evil 4 Pro, and after that, guys, we got DMC 2. And shoot, I forgot what else I was gonna play. I think I was gonna do Homefront and then Fear. And then not only that, I'm gonna buy FNAF. And we're gonna do AC3 before Halloween. Alright, everyone.